Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. We are in the holiday spirits. All right, and we want to give a big virtual shout out for our wonderful, beautiful guest, Della-Kate Flower.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays indeed. So for those watching and future watching, you can follow this amazing producer, Della-Kate Flower. She is a burlesque producer with Purple Nightshade 2017.
Purple Nightshade Productions, that's me.
Yep. And social media is DKFlower49 on the TikTok. And you also have Purple Nightshade 2017 on Facebook and Instagram. And also follow Della-Kate Flower on Instagram and Facebook. And it's so hard when, because I know you're a producer role, it's hard not to think of the movie producers. I want to be a producer.
I get that a lot. We have a lot of ex-theater kids who come through our backstage, so I get that a lot. The only musical I don't allow song is Chicago. Like,
okay.
No Chicago. I can't.
Okay.
I can't with that musical.
Okay.
Everything else is on the table.
Okay. You can change it with a hit burlesque show on Broadway.
I wish.
All right. So that is the introduction as well as a minor musical number from me. All right. So let's get on to the honor segment. So this is the honor segment. This would be if we had animation and everything, and we'd have all kinds of bells and whistles, but we're Dan-A-Plooza, so we just honor people the old-fashioned way. We would like to really appreciate Della-Kate Flower. She was originally scheduled for a different date, and we had a little schedule thing and a little illness, and we worked around it. And she's been very self-promoting, so we want to give kudos to the self-promotion. Kudos. And she is very passionate about the work she's done, and she has a very great spirit about her, and she is a very lovely woman. So kudos to her and what she does, and much success to her. So
thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so that is the honor segment. Now we're gonna roll the dice here. So would you like a question or impression first?
Hit me with an impression.
All right. So today on Dan the Man Does Impressions. So what we have is we have our wonderful wheel here. And whatever it lands on is the impression I'm going to do. These are holiday characters. And so we have Gizmo, Pinhead, Grinch, Freddy Krueger, Mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas, Chucky, Dr. Loomis, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Ghostface, Oogie Boogie, and Jack Skellington, as well as Gizmo. Oh, excuse me. Whatever that lands on, we'll do the impression. So, are you ready?
Hit me.
All right. All right, let's get out this. Alrighty, where are we going? And it's Gizmo.
Hey.
All right, are you ready?
Let me bring it on.
And here we go. Gizmo, Gizmo, no bright light, no bright light, no bright light. Gizmo, wishing Della-Kate Flower Merry Christmas. Just don't get me right after midnight and no chicken. La 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 la. Rainbow. All right, and that was Gizmo.
Adorable.
Thank you. There's a TikTok of me doing Gizmo going through the movie theater.
Perfect.
I'm like, excuse me, sit down, grab my popcorn. All right. So glad you enjoyed that. It always cracks me up that Howie Mandel did the voice of Gizmo.
Howie Mandel is silly.
Oh, yes. All right. So let's go to questions. Do you remember what the first burlesque act you produced?
As far as myself performing, or as far as the first show I put on stage?
The first show you put on stage.
Okay. It was a very small show back in 2016, at the tail end of 2016, in a local theater here in Florida, in Gainesville, where I live. And it was friends of mine who said, hey, you know, if you want to try this, because I wanted to try a horror themed burlesque show. I personally had never seen one. So we tried it. It was a very small cast of 5 performers and a host and what we call a stage kitten. And it was everything from zombies to dragons to man-eating plants to the angel of death. It was just a mixture of all kinds of things. And the audience ate it up. I was very, very impressed with how many people came out on a random Thursday to this tiny little theater and filled it up and drank. We had made a special sangria for the night for the bar.
There you go.
That was like a bloody red. It was really fun. They drank it. They dry, just gone. And
wow.
Yeah, everyone just thought it was so much fun and so silly and so gory and weird. And I was very, very bolstered by that show to like get into it and say, okay, so this works on a random night in November. So what if we did it all year long? What if we try it and see what happens? And here I am 7 years later, still doing it, you know? So I apparently, you know, weird works. So exactly. I remember that little show very fondly. That theater no longer exists, unfortunately, but it does sit right here. And I have plenty of pictures and video from that show that just kind of reminds me where I started and reminds me what's possible. And that's really, for me as a horror producer, that's really what I think about, is what's possible.
Yep. Making the impossible possible.
Something like that.
Well, I'm glad that you had such a great, amazing experience, and I love the man-eating plant. I immediately go to feed me, Seymour.
And that's exactly what it was. It was an imitation of Audrey too from that story. So it was really fun.
All right, so we go back to impression.
All right, let's do it.
All right. We have shifted to Oogie Boogie. All right, ready?
Hit me.
All right. Well, 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 you're joking. You're joking. I can't believe your eyes, because I'm about to do my stuff. Listen here, Bone Man. Oh, Santa Claus, I'm scared. Hey Della, do you know who really is Santa Claus's near?
Very good. Not bad at all.
Oh, thank you. I met Ken Sagos during COVID, and we did a little virtual chat like we're doing right now, and I forgot that he was also in Cats the musical.
Oh my god! Oh Lord! I'm sorry. The movie flashed in my head briefly, and I just went, no.
The Broadway.
If anything is an actual nightmare, it's that movie.
Yeah, yeah, the Broadway version.
Okay, good.
Yep, but he was such a delight and everything. He told me about studying cat behavior.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. I would figure that a lot of the movements they do is based on just watching how cats move and through the world.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to watch
it. The whole internet's built on cat videos anyway.
If you ever want to watch it, I'll send it to you.
Oh.
Okay, back to question.
All
Okay.
right.
If you could have any horror character perform in an Xmas burlesque show, which horror character would you choose?
Alien Queen, hands down.
There you go.
I saw one in my lifetime in this particular performance environment. I've seen one Alien Queen, and as a burlesque act, and it was phenomenal. The like the full head and the tail and the whole 9 yards. I was just so. If anybody out there has an Alien Queen act as good as that one, please call me.
There you go. I feel like your kitten should be Ripley.
Yeah, right? Or the cat.
Exactly.
I'll literally make her dress like the little orange cat from the films. Have her scurry around the stage in front of the Alien Queen. That would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's go back to an impression. I can't do Oogie Boogie twice. And it's Ghostface.
Ooh.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting with bated breath. Let's go.
Okay. Hello? Is this Della-Kate flower?
Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Any FaceTime phone call I have.
You mean like the one we're doing right now?
Oh no, Mr. Ghostface.
All right. And that was Ghostface from Scream.
Nice. I mean, I was ready for the full like voice modulator and everything.
Well, I did get to meet what's his name? The guy who does the voice of Ghostface last year at Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
And he was teaching me how to slip in and out of the voice. And he actually signed my Ghostface mask. He wasn't happy that Randy signed in the middle because that's his spot. So he was talking like, we got to go get Randy. I'm like, all right, put it on the to-do list. On our shopping list. But so I thought you would enjoy that. All right. Back to questions. So what do you like most about burlesque?
That's a big one. I think I just like meeting other weirdos. In my line of work, horror burlesque in particular, I meet a lot of very strange but just absolutely sweet personalities, and just I mean, I will talk to somebody who wears there's a performer in North Carolina who has a saw act with the full like bear trap on the face. Like that's their whole thing is this plus, whatever they wear below the neck. And they are the sweetest person you ever want to talk to with this big bear trap on their face. I talk to people who have, blood just from forehead to toes, or have a third eye somewhere weird, or teeth or whatever. And everybody I've ever talked to in the horror performance game has been just the most bizarro senses of humor. I think my humor is dark until I meet those folks, and I'm just, oh wow, okay. We're all disturbed out here. That's cool. But just very kind people. And I think I was, not that I expected them to be jerks, but I think because you put out so much energy when you create a horror character and when you perform as a horror character, that sometimes those folks can be pretty reserved when they're socializing. But the folks that I have met through the horror performance game have been some of the sweetest people that you ever want to meet in your life. And I'll talk to them in full, makeup and everything. And there's a performer, I believe she's now located in Tennessee or Kentucky. I can't remember which. She moves around a lot. named Data Vandercoil, and she does a fantastic It routine. The second iteration of It, the most recent one, and it's just stunning to watch her do it. She screams at the audience at the end. So if you're not ready for it, you're like, oh crap. And I remember watching her, and afterwards she's hanging out in, the It gear. And I told her she's the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. And she was just, I said, no, you are the most beautiful thing, because she just is. And it just, those kind of folks always fascinate me and make me feel like I'm the normal one. That's, in the horror game, it's kind of fun to feel, you're a big band of weirdos. So I think that's what I've enjoyed most about being in this space.
Awesome. I really like that. I love that It that you brought up, and I love how I could tell much it's emotionally attached to you and everything like that. Like there seems to be a very strong connection for you for this. So I'm glad that you have that.
Oh, I've been a horror fan since I was 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had a very naughty cousin who showed me a nuclear warfare movie, but because that's like way back in the day. And then it had nuclear zombies with skin peeling off and stuff. And I was,
no.
Yeah, well, my mother, of course, I was 10, so she didn't want me to see it because, oh no, nightmares. And I didn't have nightmares. I was more fascinated by the makeup and by the way they were trying to make the zombies look. And so ever since then, I've just been fascinated by how people can change their whole face or their whole body, or create monsters out of the simplest things, or create monsters that don't normally exist in the classic world of monsters, but now they do. And so I'm always fascinated by that. And so I will always be in love with anything that's just freako weirdo. even at the holiday time, folks, we had Friday the 13th recently, and our local goth collective who does goth night had a big old holiday Krampus themed goth night on Friday, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I will always be devoted to weirdos and freakos, and like I will always be in love with those folks forever.
That's great for you. I'm happy for you. When I was little, it was Child's Play that I saw as a kid, and I was terrified of it. Also because my sister put it on the Spanish channel, so I didn't know. He was like,
hilarious.
Dos en Espanol power. And I'm like, I don't understand. I thought he was going to come after me in Spanish, and I wasn't know how to prepare
that
for
kind of stuff never bothered me. Mostly, I only am really terrified of two things. Excuse me. One is heights. Like flying in an airplane, I cannot have a window seat. I gotta have like a middle or an aisle. I said I cannot see how high up we are because I'll start freaking out. And I don't do roller coasters as a result. Like, no, I'll be on the ground holding the cotton candy. Like, that's fine. And I have an irrational fear of roaches.
Yes.
And which is weird because I live in Florida, which is like roach capital of the United States. The ones that fly anyway. And so I get really like, oh, it's so funny because my partner just kind of goes, the thing is, you're fine. I said, I don't care. Get it. And I'll just become a 6-year-old. Be like, get it.
Icky.
So kill it, get it outside, something. I don't know. So I'm afraid of really bizarro, like things that people just, heights is pretty normal, but roaches, folks are like, what? I said, I don't know. They fly. I don't want them to fly at me. So, but yeah, and he's like, go ahead and slice people up in trails and stuff. And I'm like, whatever. Just no reaction. Halloween Horror Nights is a lot of fun. If I get to go, because I'm just like, that's really cool. How did you do that? And they're like, you're not scared? I'm like, no, teach me. How did you? I become that person.
I said, I completely understand. All right. Should we get back to the next?
Yeah, hit me with another impression, man.
and it's Freddy Krueger.
Ooh, that's my boo thing. I love me some Freddy.
All right, you ready?
Do it.
And here we go. Hey, Della-Kate, welcome to prime time. You know, I've been here for quite some time, and you were always my favorite.
I'm your favorite?
Yes, you've always been my favorite.
Oh.
So
what are you doing later?
I'm collecting more souls, but I could squeeze you in my schedule.
Ooh.
All right. So that was Freddy Krueger.
Nice. That was actually really good.
Thank you. All right. So, do you want to ask me a question, or do you want another question?
I'm trying to figure out what's on your Santa hat.
Oh, this is wrestling. It's WWE by the Matt Hardys, Reborn by Faith, and the Hardy Boys.
Nice. Have you been a wrestling fan your whole life?
Yes. When I was 8 years old, I would watch wrestling. We used to play the Sega Genesis with my friends.
Throwback
in the Rumble, and I love the Macho Man. Oh yeah, the Macho Madness. Yep, loved Macho Man.
Nice.
I liked Owen Hart.
Man, you're bringing me back. So I was a kid watching these folks.
And then The Undertaker, and
he was the first time I looked at somebody wearing like complete goth looks and going, I want to be that. Bring that to me.
I remember him and his feud with Kane. Kane must bury you. Mankind.
Oh wow.
I love The Rock. Especially I just saw Mankind last weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He thought I was Smee from Peter Pan instead of Waldo.
Oh. Yeah, I'm hoping to get back into wrestling in the new year. There's a lot of stuff that happens within the new wrestling circles that I haven't explored yet, and a couple of my closest friends here in Gainesville just adore wrestling, and so I kind of want to figure out. I'm like, where can I watch stuff? I want to get into the stories. I want to get into the fandom, but I don't know where to go.
Yeah. So near January 6th, it's Raw is supposed to go to Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So they're switching to Netflix, and the pay-per-views are supposed to go with them, because right now they're on Peacock and their contract's ending.
Okay.
And then SmackDown will, I think, still be on USA.
Okay.
Friday nights. But people I like Rhea Ripley.
Mommy. I love Mommy.
Yeah,
all the pansexual lesbians out here were like, Mommy, do anything to me. Just look at me. I don't care.
And it was funny last week at GalaxyCon. He's like, what sketching do you want? And I'm like, Mommy. I'm like, here, hand me Mommy.
Yeah, she's for what she's done, she's amazing. Like in terms of just moving through the ranks and doing her thing and cultivating her look and the whole. I'm just like, yeah, go do it, girl.
Yep. And,
yeah, I love her. I love her. She's great.
She's trying to get her title back right now. She got cheated out of it.
Okay, well, don't spoil too much for me. Yeah. I'm trying to get into it. So
yeah. I'm just letting you know she's on the revenge.
Okay, I'm already invested now.
So I met her. There's WWE, and then there's AEW, and AEW is All Elite Wrestling, and they the problem is they're more wrestling than storyline, so I think that's what hurts them. is the storylines don't develop, as much,
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind.
But they're on TNT and TBS. There's a character. I like Thunder Rosa. She is kind of a Mexican wrestler and paints half her face.
Oh, neat.
So Thunder Rosa. I also like, who else is there? I don't know. I watch a little bit of each one's. In TNA, I really like Rosemary. She's known as the Demon Assassin.
Okay.
And she paints her face and has a very goth look and
nice.
Wears purple and black and goes different colors.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So I love Rosemary. And then there's one in WWE right now that's taken a dark turn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and he's from Japan, and he's more dressing kind of almost in goth. He's more in black clothes and everything, and he plays the Black Mist now.
Oh, nice.
So I kind of like different ones, but I've met many. The main one I met Roman Reigns, who's like,
yeah,
he's he's awesome, especially because of his illness. So, but well, do you want to do one more question for you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. What have been some of your favorite burlesque acts of 2024?
There's not enough time on this podcast for that.
Well, just a few.
There's a lot. There is a performer out of Chicago named Red Rum, and Red Rum is actually headlined my festival that I had in November as one of the headliners, and she is just the master of transformation. So much so that when I had to send a driver to pick her up from the airport, they're like, I don't actually know what she looks like. So right. Like, let me find a normie picture, and here, this is what she looks like. But she does, from Hellraiser, she does, I forget what the guy's name is, who comes back from the dead, and he's all bloody.
Frank?
Yeah. She does with the white suit, and she like comes out and does this whole routine in a muscle suit and this horrific face, and just, oh my God, it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, because she does it to the Lady in Red from the 80s, that song. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
So, and I had always seen pictures. I'd never seen it live. So when she did it live, I was in the back of the venue screaming like with joy, because it was so silly and irreverent, and I thought it was the most amazing thing. So she's definitely up there as one of my faves. I really, really like, there is a drag performer who also used to do burlesque named Throb Zombie. Well, that's their drag name. When they would do burlesque, they were formerly known as Femme Bones. And Throb, when they do burlesque, it's such a mixture of drag and burlesque. Everything is exaggerated. The hair, the props, the costume. Like, they have a Halloween Queen burlesque act, which is just stunning to look at, and just you had no idea what they were going to do with it, and they just had all these spikes and pumpkins in weird places, and this yellow, orange, white, and black motif that was really, really beautiful to like look at. So that one is a good one. Of course, earlier I mentioned Theta Vandercoil's, She also has The Nun. She's like done her version of The Nun, and that is equally as terrifying and gorgeous to me. Who else has done some good stuff? Oh, there's a local performer here in Gainesville called Edith Me Out, and she just recently developed an Art the Clown act. Ooh. And it is so silly and so bloody and weird. She debuted it this year, and I just went, do that again all the time. Like, just I don't care what show it is. I don't even care if it's a classic burlesque show. Come out and do that shit, because that was it's so irreverent and so playful. And if you've seen the Terrifier movies, even though Art the Clown is a psychotic entity and does all kinds of disgusting things, he does it with such joy and silliness. It's very hard to disassociate what he's doing from his so that was a routine that I really, really enjoyed. There's also a performer out of the West Coast right now named Knox Falls, and Knox Falls has the nurse from Silent Hill, like has recently developed that act, and I saw a couple clips of it and video of it, and it's stunning. They are so meticulous when it comes to costuming fitting their body and the way that the costumes will work with whatever they're trying to put out there in terms of the vibe. So those are the four that come to my brain. So 4 or 5 that come to my brain immediately as some of the best stuff I've seen. There's also, who is this? I can't remember. Oh, there is a performer in Orlando named Valerie Von Voss who does a Pearl routine that, first of all, Valerie looks like Mia Goth. Like it's kind of uncanny when they get on stage and do the things. And they have a goose as part of the act, and they have a shovel, and it's just, they do the dance, and oh my God. It is one of those things, just like the Art the Clown act that Edith does. It's equally hilarious and frightening to watch, because the energy is just that weird mix of absolute joy and absolute disgusting, like, horror. So she's a good one. I like her a lot.
All right. Should we end with a Grinch impression? And
of course, it's the holidays, man. Can't do it without the Grinch.
All right. Are you ready?
Do it.
How can I keep Christmas from coming? I have to steal everything in Whoville. And you need to have, Christmas Who pudding and Who dash. Max, come here. That's right. I'm going to steal all the presents and take some of these toys back to my workshop. So go back to bed, little Cindy Lou Who. All right. And there we go.
Bravo.
All righty.
Bravo.
Thank you. So, well, is there anything else you want to say on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
I think everybody should go into 2025 with as much weird energy as possible, because it's just going to get weirder from here.
Indeed it will. It shall be a weird but fun year in 2025. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for here on us on Dan-A-Plooza. Stay tuned. Our next guest will be Vixen DeVille. Everyone take care. Have a good night and happy holidays.
Bye.